I want to bring in now Julian Castro, a former 2020 presidential candidate who, of course, served as housing secretary under President Obama, now a supporter of Senator Warren's campaign. Secretary, thanks for being with us.
Great to be with you.
We should note, just as we start this interview, too, one of Senator Warren's competitors, Senator Bernie Sanders, has just arrived to cast his ballot in his home state of Vermont. Secretary Castro, let me talk about Senator Warren here, though, because she has voted already this morning. Her campaign is talking about the long game, as Ali Vitale just laid out. Making the final play potentially for the convention, right? Make the case to people why she should stay in this race if she isn't able to catch up on delegates today on Super Tuesday.
Well, I mean, first, that's a big leap. I believe that she's going to do well today, that she is going to rack up delegates. She invested in.
When you say big leap, you mean she's going to rack them up but maybe won't catch up. Is that what I just want to make sure I'm understanding.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to take a guess right now. I think that she's going to do well tonight in a number of different states. Here in my home state of Texas, which I'm in right now, I think that she's going to reach the viability threshold of 15%. Same thing in California. She invested in 31 different states with over 1,000 staff members. So she did put in place a campaign that is built to last. And I think that you're going to start to see the effect of that today on Super Tuesday when you have more than a dozen states voting. The other thing that the people are responding to, I think, is this realization that Elizabeth Warren really is the candidate that can bring the progressive wing and the moderate wing of the party together. I believe that tonight you're going to see the results of time she's put in the last few years in her career, speaking to the progressive wing, voting as a senator very progressively, with unabashed progressive values, but also getting things done and appealing to people who want a Washington that works on progressive issues.
So polls have often shown the senator to be a popular that Ali talked about as well. So does she stand to benefit from this potentially more narrowed field, or does a string of losses maybe turn off voters, right, who care first and foremost, as we have seen again and again, about the issue of electability, about being able to win?
Well, I think people believe that she can win. I do think that this winnowing of the field is going to help, because the fact is that she was competing with Senator Klobuchar and with Mayor Buttigieg for some of these voters. And so we're going to see tonight the first effect of that, what effect this is going to have on the race. And I think that it is going to benefit her. I also believe, look, I consider myself progressive, and I think a lot of people when I was running, they could see that I embraced very progressive policies, and that's been my track record. If you're a progressive, and what you see right now is Joe Biden racking up these endorsements, and you're saying, look, we want a progressive president, then you should be with Elizabeth Warren, because Elizabeth Warren has a better shot at staving off Joe Biden because she can take more moderate voters from Joe Biden than Bernie can. So I hope that progressive voters will see that today and going forward.
How do you plan to sort of sell that message? Because Joe Biden is going into Super Tuesday with, like it or not, a decent amount of momentum from those endorsements you just talked about, including from somebody from Texas, and that's Beto O'Rourke, and Texas is a very important Super Tuesday state.
Well, it wasn't, and I think Senator Warren said this, it wasn't unexpected that he would get the endorsements that he got. Maybe it was a little unexpected that he would get them all on one night, but these are folks who embraced a moderate message. And so I fundamentally don't think anything has changed in terms of the dynamics of people's support. But for progressives, the decision you need to make is, who do you think stands a better chance at actually staving off Joe Biden? And that clearly is Elizabeth Warren, because not only can she bring out progressives, she can also appeal to more moderates than Bernie can, and in that way rack up more delegates over the long haul.
I mentioned, Secretary, that we have seen Senator Sanders voting in his home state in Vermont. Senator Warren voted just a couple minutes ago, actually, in Massachusetts, but polls show her really neck and neck in that state. Does she have to win Massachusetts? Is that a must-win state for her? What does it say if she can't, where she lives and the state she represents?
Well, I think she's going to do very well in Massachusetts and also in Oklahoma, her other state that she grew up in. I think she's going to do well here in Texas. This is a game of delegates, and so we're going to see tonight where people fall in terms of the delegate count. I think she's going to do well.
Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Why don't you subscribe? It's really easy. Just click on that button down there. And for more news from MSNBC, click on any of these videos here for the latest interviews and highlights. You can get more videos from MSNBC with our newsletters. Head over to msnbc.com/newsletters to sign up.